You know, Ivanka introduced her father when he announced his candidacy. He said she is an important advisor. We haven't heard very much from his wife, Melania, though. I mean, is that going to change? Are we going to hear more from Melania, a lot more from Ivanka?
Yeah, you know, Ivanka has had the opportunity to be in New Hampshire, opened up our New Hampshire office up there. It's great to have her on the trail with us when she has the availability. Obviously, she has her own responsibilities, but she's been a good, intricate part of the campaign. Mrs. Trump will be joining the campaign out on the trail as well. And so we're excited to have both of them and continue to grow our team on the campaign.
So we're going to be seeing more of them and more of Melania Trump. I mean, look, these two women, Corey, let's be honest. I mean, we see their pictures on the screen. They are glamorous. They are gorgeous. They are wealthy. They are women who live lives far different than voters. Why do you believe they are going to be assets to Donald Trump?
Well, look, you know, if you look at both of them, they're both exceptionally successful in their own right, exceptionally intelligent. You know, in Ivanka's case, she's built her own business, has her own line of shoes, has her own products that she's involved with. She's really someone who many younger women aspire to be, look up to as a role model. She's a person who balances a difficult work life, has her own children to take care of, including being pregnant now with her third child expected. So, you know, she has a full plate, but she also understands the importance of what her father is doing and wants to be helpful there in any way she can be. So she's really a true role model for many women in America who want to make sure that they can do the work balance and have the family life that everyone so hopes to have.
So Corey, Donald Trump says he doesn't need to change his style on the trail. When I sat down with him last week, though, you were in the room, he admitted he had been childish at times. Will there be a new, kinder, gentler Donald Trump that isn't on Twitter trading barbs?
Look, I think what you know about Mr. Trump is that if someone attacks him, he's a counterpuncher. And so when you have these candidates who are running for office, these politicians that are all talk and no action, when they decide to attack Mr. Trump for anything that they deem to be appropriate, what happens is he responds in kind times 10. And we've seen the success that has had as candidates who have attacked him the most viciously are no longer in the race. When you look at Rick Perry, who decided to attack Mr. Trump, he didn't stay in the race. When you look at Scott Walker, he decided to attack. When you look at the other candidates who've attacked Mr. Trump, their poll numbers continue to go down, while Mr. Trump's poll numbers continue to go up. So the lesson there should be, don't attack Donald Trump, because if you do, he will respond in kind times 10.
Times 10. Okay. The campaign, in the numbers that came out, Corey, you said you've only spent $2 million so far. I wanted to know what costs you're factoring into that. It would seem that just the plane trips that Donald Trump has taken so far this campaign season would top $2 million.
Well, I just want to be clear on this. What we've said is the FEC report is going to be available on October 15th when it's publicly required to be disclosed. We'll disclose that. What Mr. Trump has said is that's around the total investment that he's made into the campaign so far. So, look, we've been privileged to have a number of people who unsolicited have given money to the campaign. Obviously, you know, people go on DonaldJTrump.com and they buy products, whether it's hats or shirts, and they want to support the campaign. We also receive thousands upon thousands of unsolicited donations from 20 cents to, you know, $20 to $50, because people want to be part of what we call the silent majority to make America great again. So that is all being accounted for, and that'll all be reported on October 15th.